Man-O-Rama. The show will begin soon.
There may be side effects of watching this show, which may or may not include being hit on the head with a steel chair.
Today's episode of Man-O-Rama is filmed before a live studio audience.
The studio audience may or may not be prodded with cattle prods to ensure maximum effect.
Please have your colostomy bags in an forward position.
You know, I was thinking maybe one time we could just do our own MST3K like riffs or something like that. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be awesome.
I would love that as long as it's something that we can do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I was talking to another guy about something similar, like last year. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Hungry Boy.
A BLT?
Over on Klobby's channel.
No.
I got a message that says, we can hear everything. I know. We're being funny this time.
That's right.
I told Jeff to be muted, but we're not muted.
We decided it is too quiet.
We said, no, I'm not going to do that voice.
It's improv time. It's improv time. You get the pre-show before the actual show.
It ain't a show if there's a show before it, right?
That's right, because we're better than Rihanna. What can I tell ya? Song and dance to follow.
So when's the after party?
You're looking at it.
Yeah. All right. Oh my.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Listen here, brother.
While Man-O-Rama may be in front of a live studio audience, we are not responsible for lost, stolen, or damaged items, which includes said previous steel chair, which may or may not become damaged when applied to the forehead.
We are, of course, responsible for lost bowel movements that you may happen.
Please
Do you
consult
like
your
movies
doctor
about
if strange things
gladiators?
happen.
Disposable enemas will be found on the left and right of your locations where you're sitting right now. If you do not have a disposable enema, please see your physician forthwith.
Do not lock your bathroom.
Do not insert various objects to plug up said bowel movements.
Previously on Man-O-Rama. Hey guys, remember glory holes?
Oh my, do I ever? I couldn't stop talking about glory holes.
It's a big surprise.
Hallelujah.
Well, go away.
Shazam, Sergeant Carter. Gosh,
Hey,
I just can't stop talking about glory holes, Sergeant Carter. It's just an amazing thing. Shazam, Shazam, Shazam.
It's just like,
It's just a hole. You look in it.
I didn't know they were.
Everybody's doing it.
I thought they
Guys,
were
Sergeant Carter.
proselytizing in the head.
John,
I don't think that paste stick will just fit up there, Sergeant Carter. I don't think so very much.
It's shake and bake, and I helped.
Are you supposed to look in the hole?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 13th episode of Man-O-Rama. Tonight, of course, I am the Lord of the Goats. They may be small, they'll eat anything, they're nature's trash compactor. I'm the Goat Father. And immediately going in, We got the man. He's getting more than muscles. He's got the cowboy hat and the good old grit as Rancor Steve.
Well, howdy, everybody. I'm glad to be here. I literally blanked out halfway through yeah. That was improvised. I didn't realize we were going to do that. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was just
But
saying,
I'm
what the
glad to
heck?
be
Why
here.
not?
I'm glad to be here. Glad to see everyone in the chat. Yeah, let's get this show going.
He may have been absent, but he's not absent anymore. This man knows things that maybe you shouldn't know. Then again, I think he's got a 4-for-4 kill count with the F-22 Raptor against those menacing balloons. It's JRC.
Oh, yeah, brother. It's great to be here. Let me tell you something. These are the best men in the world, and we're going to have some fun tonight. Yeah.
And of course, as the battle of good and evil, good robots, bad robots, time travel that has been overdone to death, we have the man, the myth, Atlas, the lifter. He will always be on the side of good. Welcome, the Comic Relief Crusader.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, Priscilla,
And-
give me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
And
No,
of course,
peanut butter and banana.
we've got the man of science. Some could say he's Heisenberg, but maybe it's more Heisendrink. The man that will break bad, but only it's completely legal, and it's always with mead. It's all I could come up with at the moment. It's Jeff.
Hey everyone, how are you this evening?
Oh, man. Oh.
We
Hey,
are
guys.
Jeff.
totally not prepared for this show, are we? And I
Jeff,
love
you
it.
look like a guy that lives out in the middle of nowhere in Virginia in the backwoods. Just with the glorious beard.
That's
Yeah.
where I grew up.
Is it bad that I'm actually in the middle of Virginia somewhere?
Actually, I should say
Allegedly.
even worse. I grew up on the Potomac, often on the West Virginia side.
Ah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do tell.
I'm not allowed to.
Okay.
The lawyer advised me against it.
I mean, there is the fact that you hear banjos every half a mile going into West Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I could make so much cruder jokes about West Virginia women, but I'll stop because I don't want to get the show in trouble yet.
There's signal
don't know if they got
banjos. That's how
teeth
they
Yet.
talk to
I
each
heard
other.
the yet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go around the table and talk about our week. How's our week been doing? Virgin, how's your week?
Just great. Short bus been great. Yeah, right.
You
Well,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it's actually been kind of funny that you call me virgin, and yet we just celebrated my oldest son's 4th birthday. So I don't know how that happened.
Nice.
Maybe I got to go check that. Maybe he's not mine. So anyway, but
Immaculate.
no,
He has blonde hair.
yeah, yeah.
Why is it black?
Actually, catching up on all the fun. I got to see Wakanda Forever just about a couple nights ago for the first time.
I'm so sorry.
Did you fall asleep?
Did you feel guilty about
Yes, I mean, do I feel guilty? I feel incredibly guilty because who was the real villain the entire time.
it's you.
That's right.
Yeah, it was me.
It's us.
Yeah.
It was all of us.
Good thing I'm Egyptian, so I don't have a problem with that.
Hey, oh yeah, that's like, no, I'm Slavic, so I can't hide that. I can't hide it.
You are as white as they come.
Yeah, it's like, geez, I burn in like 43-degree weather. Anyway, so, but yeah, no, it's been actually a pretty fun week. Glad to be back. Was out to sea for about a couple of weeks, and it's actually good to have normal food again. Yay, normal food. And ceilings that are higher than 5 feet. That's also good too.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mike, I just had a brain fart. Wow. Mike, how's your week been?
I can smell it from here.
Garlic,
Woo!
onions.
uh,
It's the best.
Yummy. My week has been ever and ongoing. Just finished up last weekend a 12-hour rotation for 3 days straight, and then after that went straight into Monday, opening up the shop here. So Monday I spent like about 30 hours awake straight, and that's always
That's
good
all?
on the brain pan. Oh yeah, that's all. So
Awesome.
not too shabby. And yeah, by the end of it I was a drooling idiot. So let's see, ended up watching the BBC version of War of the Worlds, which was taken place in the early 1900s, so that was kind of interesting. But they just have to slide that little bit of white guilt in there, which kind of almost surprised me, but not quite because it is BBC. And let's see, working on a logo, on a couple of things, restored a 100-year-old photograph. Life is good, short bus. Life is good.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Franny, how's your week been?
It's been a week, 7 days. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks.
I'm looking
Thanks
forward-
everybody for joining us on the show.
Looking more forward to the next week when I'm off work.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
This last week, I'm just making it through, getting what I can get done, and then enjoying the next 7-8 days of not doing jack squat.
nice.
Love
Those are the best vacations when you're just doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, it's funny because it's spring break for my son's school, and he
nice.
came up with the idea. He wants to watch the Star Wars movies in order of 1 through 9, not the correct date pattern. And
1
so
through
we're gonna
6.
spend a day or two watching that. And I told him anytime he wants to check out, I'm okay with it, especially when we get to 7, 8, and 9. But he
What?
has not
There is
seen.
no 7, 8, 9.
No,
I know.
it's a myth.
No.
It's a myth.
What are you guys
I
talking
got-
about?
I got some bootleg copies from another planet. You don't
Ah,
want to
there we
watch
go.
them.
Okay.
The,
Oh, so that's how COVID got into this nation.
exactly.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
Got it.
looking forward to it. We're gonna have some pizza and some snacks and popcorn and just, nail it out in 2 or 3 days. And just when he says stop, we stop.
All right.
Nice.
Cool. My week has been pretty good. I'm burnt out. Like, it's coming back from the trip. Like, so I can only handle so many people so many times. And I told my wife, I was like, I can't do any more people. I need a break. I need to
Do
refresh.
tell.
And
Yeah.
I ended up Gary and I were working on a deck, and I'm allergic to, and I have allergies to cedar, so I had a sinus infection. I ended up watching all Lord of the Rings movies. It was fantastic. I was like, these movies are holding up. And
Extended?
no, here's the thing. I have the Hobbit movies. I need
Okay.
to get Lord of the Rings, the extended ones. I used to have them. I don't know where they are.
Mhm.
But this is the pilot, so but I don't know what I'm talking about. But my wife and we ended up getting the Hobbit trilogy, and they're pretty good after a while. They're not great, but they're better than Rings of Powers. That's for sure. But I didn't know the last movie, the extended one, is rated R. I was like, this isn't rated R. I watched it,
It
dude.
is?
You see heads flying off. They went violent. I was like, all right. So I think that's why I like the Hobbit movies, because it leads up to actual awesomeness. And then I end up watching all the John Wick movies. I'm like, yes.
Oh, nice.
I'm like injecting steroids of testosterone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm
Kill
John
'em!
Wick. And I watched the trailer. I watched the trailer this morning, the final trailer. Dude, fucking John Wick just picks up the dude while the car's coming and slams the guy into the car. I was like, oh, this is the
You can
greatest
feel
thing
that.
ever.
Oh my gosh.
I
I
still
was
have
like,
to
oh,
see
man.
You imagine the meeting with the stunt coordinators where they say anything goes as long as it looks real.
Well, the stunt coordinators are the directors.
Oh, is he?
I think the first one
Really?
is. And the guy who did Bullet,
Huh.
I don't know his name. Oh, hold up. I got to look this up now. Jesus, he did Bullet Train, or he produced it. I like him. He's a good guy. No, not Brad Pitt. Why is that old man? What's
The
his
other
name?
old
What's his
man.
name? Yeah. Oh, David Leitch.
Oh,
He does the Deadpool and stuff.
nice.
So he's one of the guys who helped create what now the new, which I never thought was possible of action
Right.
movies, but he helped create a new genre of action movies, and it is what Keanu Reeves is in. And it's fucking awesome. I love the John Wick movies.
Mhm.
They are probably, people will say like, oh, this, and like some people will say like, well, the Matrix is probably the best. The first three, or the first one, is the best action franchise, or pick your poison. I don't know. There's like 1,000 of them, but I think John Wick is probably, that whole entire franchise is probably the greatest action franchise known to mankind. And it also,
And
like, here's the thing. What?
I was going to say, and the gunplay. and
Okay,
the
so
attention to
here,
detail.
And that's
Here's
legit
some-
gunplay.
here's the crazy thing. Have you guys ever, anyone in the chat, have you, or on the panel, have any of you ever seen them actually train
Yes.
for this? So there's
That's beautiful.
months
It's absolutely
of
beautiful.
training. It's the John Wick training. And if you
Right.
can't pass the training, you can't be in the movie.
Yeah.
Like Halle Berry
There's-
goes, I would love to be in the movie. And they're like, all right, you have to do the training for it. And it's, I
Yeah.
heard it's one of the worst. And I met them, one of them, two Machado brothers. One of them who, I think both of them, one of them I know for sure is working on the movie, and he helped train Keanu Reeves. And if none of you have seen this, go look up on YouTube after the show and look up Keanu Reeves, the 3-gun challenge. From what I understand is he broke the guy who owns that gun range. He broke the record. So Keanu Reeves holds the record right now. I would hate, like, Keanu Reeves can't really act. Like he couldn't really kick during Matrix. I wouldn't cross him in the wrong way right now, because he's probably the most skilled. And I've done a few years of gun tactical stuff and gun safety and everything, and watching movies now, I'm like, like, have any I think, crap, I can't think of the name now. Bosch.
Yes.
It's the Amazon show that they ended it. That actor, he can do gun safety, as I'm actually doing it right. He can do it on both hands. The Mark Wahlberg's brother, I think Donnie Wahlberg, he can do both hands. He's actually trained properly. That's the thing. I watch now movies and I can tell some people are not properly trained at all. But then you see Keanu Reeves, like it's beautiful. He, like, there's nothing this man can't do at him.
It's as smooth as silk. I mean, there's no delay in reloads, making ready, everything like that. Just it's gorgeous. It's like a
I
work of art.
told Garrett, I was like, because he hasn't seen John Wick movies yet. And
What?
I lent him the first one. Yeah, it takes him a while to get into some stuff, but I know he'll watch it. And I'm like, you need to see this. Like, this is an action movie that's like, there's never going to be anything else like it. And I said,
Right.
You like guns and you know how to handle guns safely. Keanu Reeves does this in a way that, oh man, I watch it just to see him reload a gun properly. It's to me, that's like sexy. It is. If I can see someone reload a gun right, I'm like, ooh, you won my heart over. You know what you're doing.
And I think the underappreciated part of the movie is
There goes
the
our
attention
train.
to detail for the person editing and quality control, counting the shots
Train says
because
no.
they reload pretty accurately. There's a few.
Sorry. And your time is up. Honk. Sorry.
That's a good timer.
Yeah, it is.
Let's
Bastard
just hope
chicken
it
here.
doesn't go off the
Jesus.
tracks, much like my talking point here.
Yeah.
The accuracy and attention to detail on the number of shots fired. I know in the one with Halle Berry, there are some. I think it's more to editing than actual keeping track of it. But in the first movie, they are very accurate on how many shots that gun is firing, and his reloads are smooth as silk, and it's fun and fascinating to watch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so that was my week. I just watched a bunch of action movies and all that fun stuff. And then my wife for Valentine's Day, I got her roses, some chocolates and stuff, and she got me Ash from Evil Dead. I've been watching that, and I'm a huge Ash and Bruce Campbell fan, and
Yeah.
so she got me the Ash from Evil Dead action figure. And I was like, oh, so I was like little pieces and stuff. I was like, oh my
Nice.
gosh. So if you go on my Twitter, you'll see two pictures, one next to Wolfman and then one where it's just him in front of the DeLorean.
I
It's
saw
like
that.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have
Now,
like
I also
5
heard
DeLorean
something
models.
Also, oh, do you?
What? Oh yeah, I got
I also
have-
heard that.
man, your Canadian internet
you.
service sucks.
I know.
You know why it sucks? Because
It's
unlike
Canadian.
using
Because I'm up
fiber
here in
optic,
Canada.
no, instead of
Yeah.
fiber optic, it's just freaking hardened maple syrup. That's why it's so slow.
It is. It is.
I was going to say,
But
it's
no,
like
I
watching
have-
an old Godzilla film.
And
So
then
I
we
have
constantly
this
have beavers
DeLorean.
chewing on the cables.
Yes.
I
No,
have
no,
this
it was the
DeLorean.
balloon. You had 3 balloons in Canada with internet,
I'm
and
just
they
talking
shot
to
down
myself.
2 of them.
Yeah, how you guys
He-
doing? I know,
That's
right?
Quit your
My name is
bitching.
Steve.
Yeah.
My name is Steve. How you guys doing? Oh yeah.
Oh, now-
Anyway,
oh,
we
wow,
have a
the
maple
viewership just
syrup
jumped.
connection
Good,
of
yeah.
internet service. Do they? Hey, Mike, in Canada, is there internet service called A?
Oh yeah, use
Yeah.
AA.
Yeah.
Bad joke,
we have-
dude. That's terrible.
We have one called
Ugh,
B.
I need to work on that one.
So, yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
I think Mike just.
You hoser.
I think Mike just pointed out that probably Tim Horton has also internet, so he's probably using
Yeah,
Tim Horton
there.
internet.
Exactly.
I mean, they got everything up there in
Ah.
Canada, so
It's
that's
in the
probably
I
what it
know,
is.
right?
There we go.
Yeah,
I know.
he's
Tim
drinking.
Horton
He's
like
drinking his
our
internet.
Tim Hortons
freaking
pizza.
Duncan.
Yeah,
2 cups and a string sounds about right.
Pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's about it. And that's our high fiber communications network right there. So
Definitely high fiber.
string fiber.
So this
you know.
is
Yeah.
this is part of the show where we have no idea what we're doing. This is all unplanned.
Yeah. How did I get here?
Trust me,
Where
we
am
have
I?
other things planned. Don't worry. I
Previously
guarantee it.
on Off the
People in
Cuff.
the chat are like, people watching right now are probably like, "What the fuck is going on?" I guarantee
know,
you. I
right?
promise we have things planned.
Yeah.
So,
No, I just heard that, thanks to the training that he did in the Matrix, Keanu Reeves, that it also helped him when he tried out for John Wick, like in the beginning. That's what I had heard also.
yeah,
Because the
Like
training
how
was
to
so
actually
intense
kick.
during Matrix. Yeah, exactly.
and they're like, you know what? We're gonna have you say like a few words. We're not gonna have you say anything. I think that's why he's good in it. He's not talking.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
don't forget his catchphrase in the entire movies is "Yeah."
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He does say that a lot.
That's his catchphrase is "Yeah." So.
It's a Canadian thing.
Mhm. Yeah. Eh.
Yeah.
More bullets spent than words spoken.
As George
Always
Takei would
makes a
say,
good movie.
"Hey."
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh,
You
man.
do it a little too well.
I'm sorry. That I know. And they call me the Virgin. Anyway.
Deal with it.
That reminds me of, like, there was a story I had when I went to visit my Uncle
Fantastic
Bob
story.
and Aunt Betty. Yeah, it was. I had I had this uncle. His name was Bob, and he had the lowest voice in the world, like deep bass voice.
Like Sam Elliott.
We're even lower than that. I mean, we're
Wow.
talking like, geez, like we're talking like 8 octaves below the measure. That's what I'm talking about. So it's
Jeez.
so my Aunt Betty was complete. She had no sense of humor at all. And whenever we went down to California, we'd always do like kind of like a running joke or something like that we told to the family. And so, one joke that tickled my dad so much was the one that was the joke is like, what do you call a fly with no wings?
A walk.
What?
A walk. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And my dad loved it. And so he told it to everybody. And so we were at my Uncle Bob and Aunt Betty's. They had this big house with a big, large living room. And my Uncle Bob sat in his chair, like on the far corner. And my Aunt Betty was telling my dad's like, I've never had a really good sense of humor at all. And my dad's like, really? Well, let's try this out. What do you call a fly with no wings? And she's like, what? I was like, a walk. And she had this blank stare. But my Uncle Bob from the far corner of this huge room was like, you start hearing this. Just this really deep groaning laugh coming from this huge room from the other side of the house. And it was hilarious. We were laughing more at Uncle Bob than anything. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you could always predict that maybe something different will happen in the future. Perhaps, maybe, just maybe it's some handcrafted goodness. Who knows what he'll make next or who it will be for? This is the man of many life experiences. Welcome, Andy Masterson.
Here's the evil rat.
There it is. Oh,
Hey, Graybeard.
Queen's Diamonds
It
Jubilee.
He can be stretched.
oh, look at that.
Can
Two
put him on a rack.
impossible
That's
lengths.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
On the rack with him.
And we've got, the bad robot.
Nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
So
Like Patrick Stewart. Yeah.
right
So
before
you're
we
gonna
get
put a
to our
firecracker on him?
main subject, which will be give me the headline. Andy, when you said bad rat, bad rat. So Gary and I were listening to The Great Mouse Detective, and there's a line. I can do the actual Bat's voice. I don't want to do it right now, but that's the only voice I can do from that movie. And if you guys, I guarantee it, you guys have probably seen The Great Mouse Detective, right?
Yes. Vincent
Those
Price.
freaking ages.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah. So I adore that movie. So there's a line in that movie that Gary and I will recite, and I put it on while we were building something. And it's the line that Vincent Price says. He goes, "Diamonds Jubilee." For some reason, that's the funniest thing. I heckle like a little kid. I'm like, this is awesome, hilarious. So on that note,
I wish I could have seen I wish I could have seen Vincent Price's face whenever he did the voice of Ratigan, like whenever he did any of that. I would just like to see him like in real life. If somebody had like some video of that, that'd be.
Oh yeah.
I'd watch that
would
all
be
day
pretty
long.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, before we get into anything, I asked some of the guys in this chat. Let me refresh this right quick. I just want to get your guys' opinion on this. All right, Andy. Andy. I don't think. Yeah. What do you think Ant-Man's critic rating is right now?
Probably right now it's there's somebody trying to like bolster it up a little bit, so it's probably at about 52.
It's 48.
Wow.
Ooh,
Okay,
I was
here's
gonna go 42.
here's where we'll get to the headline segment soon. But
That
this
high,
is
huh?
I have to do an audible on this one because this one's baffling. What do you think the audience rating is?
Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, you're asking all of us?
I'm asking Andy.
Oh,
Did you know, you dingleberry?
That was
Pretty
hurtful.
All right, you cut out a second there, Steve. All right, so what do I think it's going to fall to?
No, what is the audience right now? They have the audience
Oh,
rating out right
Jesus.
now.
It's got to be about 12%.
It's 86.
Really?
Huh?
I
Wow.
think that
Ring.
there's something going on.
Huh.
What?
Anyways, yeah, baffled me that one there, buckaroos. Anyways, so we're gonna get into headline. There's 3 that I noticed, and I don't know if Goat has some surprises for me, but there are 3 that are hilarious. And one, we'll make it brief. And we're gonna go a little bit into this one. I think you should do the Sex and the if you can do the Sex and the City first, and then we'll just this one. Okay. So this was bound to happen at some point. And I think she was one of the creators or the producer or something like that. Sex and the City writer. Okay, so it was the writer. Candace Bushnell. I think I don't care how I pronounce her last name. Whatever.
That's almost
Bushnell.
a James Bond
That's-
name.
And 60 years old.
She's
And
named
not
after my
bad for
binoculars.
60. Admits she regrets choosing a career over having children as she is now truly alone. Here's the thing that I saw this. I think a lot of women who become feminists, and it's to me, old school feminists, like we want to have equal rights. That's cool. Awesome. I think every human should have equal rights on everything. You do, and I'll leave it to that.
Mhm.
But this whole idea of like, I need to have a career, I need to do this, I need to do that, and then you're like 6 years old. Crap. I have no kids. I have no grandkids. I have nothing. Like a career only gets you so far. And
I hope
to
not
me,
at 6. Damn.
I know it made me sad, but chuckle. I was like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah,
I don't know. What did you guys think of this? I think it's hilarious. I like,
It
Well,
is hilarious.
I wouldn't say hilarious. I think it's it's tragic, is what it
Yes.
is. It's
Yeah.
That's a
because
better way to say it.
she was sold a false bill of goods.
Yeah.
She was told by all these like loudmouths that like you will be and they're in denial. Like, look, I never intended on having kids. I mean, I didn't think I would live past 30 with the way my lifestyle was, but
Same here.
I was like, and after my parents had died, I was like, a little, I should have been in some kind of counseling, but I was like, basically, you know what? If you're 80 years old and you've never gone skydiving, you can go skydiving. If you're 80 years old and you've never had kids and you're like, I wonder what that would have been like. Well, you're not going to be having a catch. So I didn't want to ever have a regret. So I was like, yeah, what's the worst that can happen? Like I can screw it up like I've done so many other things. Fortunately, it's the best, the thing I've been the best at is being a dad, and my kids will attest to that. But we used to tell people, we used to make a point of it that like nobody's tombstone says, I wish I spent more time at work. Nobody's last moments in the hospital on their deathbed is like, you know what, if only I had like bought that other car. It's like, you're thinking about the people that meant the most to you. You're thinking about like the times you had, you're thinking about like memories that you built and like in people that you were with. I've never met anyone. I'm sure there's some people out there, but I've never met anyone that regrets having their children. It gives you a sense, and it's something that you can't understand unless you go through it. And everybody that has kids understands this because everybody has somebody that says, well, I'm really tight with my nieces and nephews, but when they're your kids, it's different. It's like, it's not quite the same. And if I'm sure there are people out there that are certain that they don't want to do that. And there are people out there that I don't want to say selfish because it's not really selfish. If they don't have the ability in them to put out that kind of time and attention to children, then it's not selfish. It's actually selfless of them because they're not going to subject a child to having a parent who's not really there. So there are people out there that like that don't really want to have children. I understand that. My experience, like I've never met anyone that's really regretted it. That like they look at their kids and it changes you in a way. And to get to a point where like and you kind of look at this. I have there was a guy I knew he worked for a company. he had married and divorced like 2 different women. They all already had like existing families. And so he and his wife, his second wife, ended up getting divorced, but they were still very friendly. And she hadn't heard from him in a couple of days, so she goes over to check on him, and still had a key to the house. And there he was sitting in his chair in front of the TV. Had suffered a massive heart attack 2 days beforehand. He's still alive, sitting in the chair. He was just too weak to get to a phone. And so she calls an ambulance. On the way to the hospital, has another massive heart attack and dies. And ideally, you would think that, like, if you got a good relationship with your kids, like, you'll probably talk to them pretty much every day. Or you wouldn't be sitting there, like, alone for 2 days in a chair by yourself, which has to be, like, a terrible thing, because, like, what can you do but reflect on things? And, like, and there you are, like, so, it's one of, like, the reason I was getting in late was I just had a young man who trains with me. His grandmother is in her last couple of days. So we were talking about things like that. And I was saying how current generations are really lucky that, you have resources where you can video record so many things. You can sit down and you can have conversations with people. You can talk with your parents, your grandparents. You can record these things. You could sit down like you're a late night talk show host and interview them and find out where they grew up and what things were like. All these things, like, because you think about it, you walk past a cemetery and nobody, after 2 generations, nobody knows who those people were. They're just a name on a stone.
Yep.
Now you've got the ability to, like, you got a guy like Steve who's young, is like, all right, didn't know his father, so like that, but like he's going to be the first in his line that will go back and like, and it's going to start with this guy. And oh wow, great granddad had a YouTube channel. What was YouTube? Oh, back then they used to have to do all this. It didn't like beam it right into your head. Or it could be the other way.
Not yet.
We could be sitting there like with campfires with Terminator in an apocalyptic future. Who knows?
Come with me if you want to live.
It's gonna be like,
Put the cookie down.
But yeah,
Eddie,
like,
watch this video now.
I actually feel bad for people who
oh, we have a first caller on the show. Caller, you're on the air.
I feel bad for
Do
people
you
who-
know what Man-O-Rama is?
Well, I'm going to show you. But
I
anyway,
need
Oh.
a certain type
Goodness.
of figure done, but it might be kind of explicit.
In the message, do you know what a glory hole is?
I'll text you the details later.
I thought it was a hole that had a biblical tract in it. Anyway.
but yeah, I
Tucker showed up in the chat.
I wouldn't wish that woman's circumstance on anybody.
Ah.
That's
Well, you know what it
given.
reminds me
Oh,
of?
thank goodness.
Seeing that post, it reminds me of Monty Python's Holy Grail, where that scene where the knight is coming in to rescue the maiden, and it keeps looping. And it's the same way, in my opinion, with her. It like, oh, I'm 20, no kids. Then it reloops. Oh, I'm 30, no kids. And then all of a sudden it goes through 30, 40, 50. And then at 60, she comes up and stabs herself, go, oh my God. That's what this reminds me of.
And that other guy on the other guard is like, hey. Saying,
Yeah.
You know, it
Like,
kind of
everyone else
reminds
saw
me.
you a mile away.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me that with some people, and I mean, even ourselves, we think we have all this time in the world to do everything that we want to do. Like in her case, write a show, right? Oh, I'm only 20, 30, whenever it was that, that redundant show came out, but But like all of us do it. We all procrastinate, thinking, "Oh, I got enough time. I got enough time. I got enough time." Next thing you know, yeah. In her case, you're 60 years old, and you're looking back on your life, and it's like, crap. I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have done that, and living your life now with a certain type of regret that you're going to carry for the rest of your life because you're, and I hate to say it, but you're too old to do a certain thing. So, it should be a constant reminder, not just for women to just, get married, have babies. It's not really about that. It's just live your life now. Don't hold back from doing things that you want to do now, but also take the time to do something meaningful with your life. If you don't want to have kids, well, you don't want to have kids, but at least make sure you can hand down some sort of meaningful legacy that maybe somebody can carry on for you, whether it's having children, whether it's, I don't know, starting a certain charity or organization or something like that, that many can benefit off of. But don't stop. Think about what
Something
you're doing in
meaningful.
life. Exactly. Something that you'll be positively remembered for.
Well, that's the thing. I
That's-
mean,
Yeah.
you look at the pursuit of a TV show. How many
Yeah.
TV shows have there been?
Mhm.
And this is one of thousands.
Yeah.
And so, in the long run, I mean, it's really, look, personal choice, and I get it, but I think that people should, before you make decisions on things, investigate and find out what it actually is. Don't just assume. Because I see a lot of people that think oh my God, like Chelsea Handler just put the thing out there. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
she put her video out there, oh, here's another day with no kids. I got up whenever I want to, hit my vibrator, went back to sleep, all this stuff. It's like, yeah, that's great. It's like, and there's probably some kids that lucked out there like that. You're not their mom, but she's sitting there like the highlight of her day is drinking. And but my God, at some point, if you think that there is going to be a chance that you might get to a point in your life, you're like, I wonder what it would have been like if I did this.
Yeah.
Man, don't wait forever because you don't know how long you got.
Exactly. Reflect. Think about what you're doing first.
Yeah.
Don't try to think a year into the future. Think 10, 15, 20 years. What
I'm
do I
100
see
years
myself
into the
doing?
future, man.
There you go. You will live
But-
forever.
When I first heard about Sex and the City, I thought it was a porn.
Yeah.
Really?
Then I'm
Men,
watching, I
men
was
wanted
like,
to see the sex. Women wanted to see the shopping.
Well,
Where's the
didn't you have to
fun?
be on HBO only or something like
Yeah,
that? So
it was
you would think
HBO,
it would be
yeah.
something like that. Yeah, it was like pay-per-view or
But-
something like that. So
We're gonna do one more. Give me the headline, and we're gonna. It's the dad one. Goat. If you have that one available,
Oh boy.
if
give
you
me one
this
second.
one, I got this made my week.
is this
You
the one
know,
I sent?
There's a point where, as he's putting it up, there's a point
Yeah.
where, oh my gosh, dude. All right.
That's
Oh,
freaking
God.
Justin
There's a point in
Trudeau's
life-
freaking brother.
He does look like Justin Trudeau's twin brother.
He does.
Uh,
So
looks like
my
Screech
wife was
from
by.
Saved by the Bell.
God. He's got pubic hair for a head.
yeah.
So this made me realize I felt bad for him as a
Ch-ch-ch-chia.
man.
I can't
Look,
do that.
somebody put a paintbrush in his hand.
That's not
a
a real hair, right? That's not.
Oi,
That's
Gavolt,
Steve in a
he's
wig.
Bob Ross's Jewish painter cousin. Let me
Or
paint the
they-
yarmulke.
So
And
this
right
is
beside
where
it,
you
I'll draw a
realize
dreidel and I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Shh,
This
he's
is-
speaking. Sorry.
With the menorah.
do you have the yarmulke? But this is the part where a guy who has been beaten down, where he says, "My wife is bisexual, non-binary." Okay, that's okay. And my daughter is transgender. My queer family helped me better understand myself and my masculinity.
Cocked.
If
That would help me understand my need to get on a boat and go to an island somewhere by myself.
if
And killed myself.
Because you failed, buddy. You failed as a father and a husband.
Oh God.
It's
yeah.
exactly when I saw this, I understood that, there's a point in a father, and some of the guys on this panel will understand. I don't understand yet because I'm not a dad, but you grow a good sized amount of balls, because being a dad, it takes a lot of work. And not you, virgin, all right, jeez. But
Okay,
it probably would take a lot of work and a lot of effort. And seeing this guy just be thinking, hey, look, my wife is bisexual, non-binary. Well, okay, just say she's into chicks. They're like the whole non-binary thing. It's like, what are you, flip-flopping? But then finding out his kid or kids, I don't know, is, every time I look at his face, I can't. It's just funny. This guy is not a man. They taught him how to be masculine. Like,
yeah, no.
Is it okay to say that he's whipped? That's pretty much what it looks like.
He probably films it.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
The AI couldn't spit out a more woke bullcrap headline if you asked it to.
Oh my God.
Guaranteed he's not wearing the pants in the family.
We're gonna film it. His wife probably was like, "Listen, brother, we're gonna film this, and we're gonna make a lot of money on OnlyFans." Ooh.
I was just thinking, we have an AI generator who says, "Hey, make me a picture of a guy who has a gender queer family, makes him more masculine, and
show me a picture of Justin Trudeau."
Yeah.
Why won't you
see, the AI would be like, we can't.
We can't. No, we can't. No,
we broke the internet.
Imagine that. Think about that. You're talking about an AI, which is a computer, which runs on a binary system.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It is literally incapable of understanding anything.
It's a logic machine. It's literally a logic machine.
Well,
so you cannot. Yeah, that's true.
Here's the thing. If you say, computer, I want to make. I'm still looking at the guy's face. It's so fucking weird.
Can I also point out one thing? He looks like he's also in mid twitch. You see how he's kind of like leaning like this?
Is
like he's like, yeah, I'm a man. You know.
Has anybody ever done electrical work?
He doesn't have any jumbly wumblies down there.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever done electrical work?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Okay, so it doesn't matter, like positive, negative. What's the worst that can happen, right?
Yeah, exactly. Male and female.
Like I lost.
That's what was behind door number 3.
Wait.
Yeah.
I will die for our cause.
I want to be clear that I really feel compassion for people that have an issue with like how they see themselves. I do feel bad for them. It must be terrible. Look, nobody in the right mind would choose to be. This is why, like, it's not a choice. Like, nobody would choose to be gay. Life is so much harder for you. I mean, think about it. Like, if you're a heterosexual, you have half the population of the world roughly to choose from. Now you're going down to 5% of the population, and then like all the little subcategories. Like, it's very, very hard to find. It's hard enough for heterosexual people to find somebody with all these choices, somebody they can be compatible with for a lifetime. So it's even harder when you have less to choose from. And now we've been there are legitimately people out there that have like an issue in the way they see things, and they have this dysphoria and stuff like that. And I have compassion for them. Okay. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, I believe that it's in the long run. We used to talk about things like where you would, people would say like, if I just get that car, my life would be better. You get the car, your life's still pretty much the same. You go and you get a new house, and like your life's still pretty much the same. You get the new job, your life's still pretty much the same because you're the constant. It's you. What you're wearing today doesn't matter. Most people, unless you're this small percentage of the population that is a head turner, and that's not many of us out there that like that people look at us and like, long time I was the guy who would hang out with had much better looking friends and it's like the wingman. But look, it's just this reality, and this is the thing you got to look at. It's the reality of things. There is an objective reality. There is a positive and negative. There is no non-binary. This is just like you straddling the fence thinking like that the grass is greener on the other side. At some point, you got to make a choice. Now, my question about this guy is, so his wife is non-binary and bisexual. What does that mean? Because if she's your wife, you can't be bisexual because now you've just limited yourself to one person, unless you're having an open marriage, which is not a marriage. That's something else.
It's just open.
Yeah, it's like it's not a marriage because a marriage means a commitment to someone, forsaking all others, blah blah blah. But so
wait, words have meaning?
Well, they used to.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Gasp.
But look, it's like they're going back and they're trying to say that all of the thousands and thousands of years of human civilization have been wrong, and not everybody is now we know better because we have the science of bullshit. Okay.
Yeah.
We're
the enlightened ones.
Yeah. Look,
yeah.
I've been around on this planet for a while, and I can tell you that it's been at least 8 times where I've heard that coffee is good for you and bad for you.
Yeah.
It's like
don't forget eggs.
But these things are having real world consequences.
Greetings, Snowdub.
Hey, Snowdub.
Yo, Snowdub.
Hey,
but think about this.
And the Lost Wanderer.
You just had that woman there who had 60 years to decide whether or not she wanted children before she realized she regretted it. You're talking about teenagers that made some stupid decision when they were young and didn't have the perspective of years and experience and age. And now they're realizing, wow, I'll never have kids because I took these hormones. I'll never have kids because I had these organs cut off me.
Yep. I just read I just read an article about that actually about a little while ago. I can't remember who it was, but it was about women who had their breasts removed for transgender surgery, and now they want to transition back and have kids, and there's a big bonding between babies and their mothers during breastfeeding, and now they can't do it, and it puts a lot of women in. You think postpartum depression is bad? It gets really bad if that doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
So I have a
Jeff,
disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yes, please.
Thank you for putting the picture back up, Goat. You know, all these medical commercials you see, do not do this, do not do this, do not do that.
Yeah.
This gentleman, and I know I'm going to hell for this, this gentleman is proof positive.
I'm going to pray for you. Hang on.
Thank you.
Go ahead. There you go.
Proof positive that after using Rogaine, please wash your hands because dicks should not have hair there.
You know, what with all those cats on?
He is the mighty foreskin warrior.
Jeff, when you were saying when Rogaine this, I was like, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
It was not a shot towards you this time.
Whatever. So we're gonna get into the chats and chat questions. If anybody has any questions, Goat, the magnificent producer and amazing friend of mine, is gonna pop up some questions or any random twit. God, dude, I can't even talk. I need like a month off vacation, but everyone watching be like, we want more Man-O-Rama, everybody.
I don't know how to be a man. Please help me, Steve.
Yeah, well,
I lost my testosterone to live. Help me.
I'm gonna butcher the last name. So
Okay.
I'm sorry, George. I have a problem with last names. George Peter
Short pause.
Gatsis. I'm just gonna say George Peter because I don't.
You can
I
call
feel
him
bad if I
GPG.
butcher it. I don't feel. George Gatsis. Gazis. I choose. I what? Wait, what? I choose to be gay all day, every day of my life. I haven't stopped laughing. Doctor tells me I have to quit being gay, or I will have hernia.
Hernia.
Swing and a miss,
Yeah.
buddy. You know, hernia?
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Have you guys ever
Too robotic.
watched?
Was that a question?
No, this is
It
funny.
wasn't.
So I fell for it.
VM has a question. Sorry.
I'll be honest. I fell
Hit
for
us up,
this
chat.
one. Have you
How the
guys
fuck
ever
would I know
watched
what
the
you're
Twitch
thinking of?
videos where people like on the chat will have random names? I'm not going to say any type of names, but just innuendo, like names that get you banned.
Oh
And then
boy, I
the
got
people
one for you,
streaming.
Steve.
Not yet, but I'm waiting for
I
it.
fell for that one. I actually read it. It's like when Charles Barkley said,
Oh,
I can read the teleprompter, and then it says I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Wait,
no,
hold up.
that's
DM
impossible.
Vincent.
Wait.
Vincent. Ooh. I have a question. How do y'all feel about oh, fuck you.
And I will
Fuck
say
you.
that he was very fucking
See? There I
Bam,
go.
bam, bam.
Iron stripe.
Oh, you dickwad. You got me.
All right.
You got me.
Tuna fish salad. No, wait. Steamed cabbage. No, that's not it.
I'm
again.
trying to
the
get
matter
him
with
on the show. I'm trying to get him in. Hold up. We'll see if he jumps in. Yeah.
Get in here. Come on. Get him in.
Yeah, get in here.
Come on
dude.
in.
Stop being
The
a,
water's
stop being
the
a
water's
pussy.
fine.
Come on. That glory hole's nice and
Um,
big for you to get through.
Yeah, he says I regret nothing. Yeah, okay, there.
I know.
Wait till we give your call sign in a couple weeks. Then you'll
Then you'll love
Raven,
us forever.
I don't know.
Ravenscroft.
How do you guys
Fucking
do you
ways
say
to our lives
Raven
anyway.
Ravenscroft.
Ravenscroft.
Ravens okay. Ravenscroft 82 says, well,
Ravenscroft.
given what we've just been talking about, what does everyone think about I need glasses, dude. Think is the future of the classic
Didn't your
traditional
mother warn
male
you?
in a
Here,
wait, what?
take mine. There you go.
I actually have to get my eyes checked out. Like it's not because
You
I'm
want me to read
drinking.
it for you, Steve? Do you want me to take
Yes.
that load off of you? Okay. Ravenscroft 82 says, well, given what we've been talking about, what does everyone think is the future of the classic traditional male in a world where that is being disintegrated constantly? Is there any going back?
Denigrated,
Oh, yeah.
but close enough.
Nah, whatever. Potato, potato.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah.
In a world.
In a world where nothing makes sense.
I like the traditional masculine. You're muted, Atlas. Or you got your maple syrup internet connection going bad. I don't know.
I know. It's
The Air Force just shot another Canadian internet balloon down.
that's right. Yep.
You know,
it's true.
The Chinese are really dumb. All they'd have to do is paint that balloon rainbow and they wouldn't dare shoot it down.
That's right. It's true.
Just floated over San Francisco.
We've had the
Life
Chinese
protection.
military in BC for about 2 years now. So,
Wow.
To be honest, I
Yeah.
think they're like the traditional masculine, the man who provides, hunts, does all these things to provide for his family or for himself. I don't think that's ever going to go away. I think it's other men who have to help younger generations and teach them. That's what I think. Like,
And
if-
I'll say, as the dad of a
Yes.
14-year-old, I see a lot of my son's friends gearing back toward that masculinity, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. It has a large part to do with the public education here up in New England.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
They are, I'm not saying repressed, but they see the BS. But my son is fortunate enough to go to a very good school where last week they went on a field trip to go ice fishing. That was awesome to see the pictures of them going ice fishing. I mean, it's things I don't take
Right.
my son ice fishing because I'm allergic to fish, and I hate the idea of catching something I'm not going to be able to eat. It just I hate it. Um, but to see him go ice fishing and some of these other activities, I have to say I'm actually surprised by the level of maleness among his friends the same age. And this is coming from one of his best friends whose parents are not only, say, Bernie Sanders supporters, they're donators. They're wealthy individuals who donate to Bernie Sanders' campaign.
Hmm.
So to see their own son actually swinging back more toward the masculine side actually gives me a little bit of hope.
Yeah, because I think what we're seeing nowadays is conservatism becoming the new counterculture like punk was in the 70s.
Mhm.
And a lot of these young people are saying, you know what? This is just all bull crap. This is like stupid, right? And they are definitely seeing um just how ridiculous this is. All of this is, right? It's like when some of us were going through high school, we just, whatever, man, this is just bullshit, right? And that's
Yeah.
it's working kind of like in the opposite in how they want them to be, which is great because like
Mhm.
you said, it's going back to these, let's say traditional sensibilities,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my daughter last night. I found out the Northern Lights were going on. She's like, Dad, let's just go outside and, have a look. It was like midnight, right? And, spent about a good 10-15 minutes. She didn't want to be on a computer. She didn't want to be on her Switch or anything like that. She just wanted to go outside, hang outside, and look at nature in all its glory,
Yeah.
instead of being tethered to something electronic or listening to something stupid on, I don't know, on Netflix or on YouTube or whatever. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's one thing is that getting some of these kids off of TV or even social media, but
Hmm.
not only that, it's also it really is getting down to like the public schools. My now 4-year-old son, he is incredibly intelligent right now.
Mhm.
That I that to
Sure he's yours.
to
Maybe.
Does he look like
okay,
a
look,
mailman?
it's just a call sign, okay? Anyway, it's a call sign. Anyway, but
Debater.
So anyway, the thing is that his preschool teacher actually just contacted us today after he got done with preschool, and she said we want to go ahead and move him up in the next level of education because he's like taking the next step. He's there. So for him, when
Nice.
he's in the house, we do have the TV playing, but we're also there watching what he's watching. So we're definitely controlling that. But he has honestly, usually when you get kids to learn how to use their own imaginations, especially like for young boys and everything, when they use their own imagination, they tend to focus on what, like for example, what we like doing is we like my son has a big thing of Duplos, and we love building things and
Mhm.
together. And we also have my Brio wooden train tracks, and we love to build, and that's the thing. So we build together. And so if you get them focused away from all the shiny flashes, bells and whistles and everything like that, they tend to their imagination goes wild, and it just kind of helps them self-educate a little bit with
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
even though we
The
have
best
TV
thing,
on, yeah, but that's
the
really it.
be-
Yeah.
the best thing you can do is actually let your kids get bored because it'll start to exercise, like you said, start to exercise their imagination,
hmm
right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because their imagination is based off of what they are naturally tuned into, what
Mm.
they're naturally created with. Honestly,
Mhm.
if it's like when I remember they were talking about stories of like how they'll say like some parents will enforce their kids to act like the opposite sex because maybe the boy liked to put on a dress, but he was playing a joke, but they took it seriously. and they try to treat like little boys like little girls, but all of a sudden you leave them alone to their own imagination. They're going back to playing with trucks, or they're playing in the dirt, or they're going to like the sandbox or something. It just all reverts back to what they were.
No.
There's a psychologist named Alison Armstrong, and I was listening to her one day, and she said, I was part of the whole bra burning movement and stuff like that, and we were going to raise this generation of very sensitive men and very assertive women. So she gave her son Barbie dolls to play with and her daughter trucks. And she came back an hour later, and her son was using Barbie's legs as a spear, and her daughter was having a tea party with the trucks. As
That sounds like Sid
Rooster,
from Toy Story.
well,
Yeah,
Guatemalan
exactly.
Rooster pointed out like that nature will always reset itself.
Exactly.
Sooner or later, you will have to do the job that nature decided you were built for. You're going to do have to do the heavy lifting if you want to eat. You're going to have to boil the water if you don't want dysentery. You're going to have to carry the firewood and chop down trees and maybe kill a bear unless you want to be dinner. But sooner or later, nature resets itself. Look at how many places there's an old abandoned house, and within 20 years, trees are growing up through it, and it's falling apart, and it's gone in 50 years.
Oh,
Nature
wait.
will always reset itself.
So, Graybeard, what you're saying is life will find a way.
Well, yeah, and
Yeah.
and it takes a binary equation to make life.
I had to. Yeah. Amazing. It's like
I'm
it's
looking through
all
the
by
chats.
design.
Is there any other chats going on? Next thing you move. The next topic we'll do. There's something that popped up. The next topic after the chats, we'll do something about fishing. What? I don't know. Ravenscroft says, "Yep, at JRC. I grew up in the 70s, and it wasn't perfect, but it's probably better than what it is now. That's for sure. Jesus Christ." It wasn't perfect, but I never recall being bored.
Yep.
Because that's
Me neither.
crap cocaine.
I wasn't born in the 70s, but I was an 80s kid, and I was actually about to respond to that, and I was just saying, like, one of the things I used to do on a Saturday was spend 8 hours in my room doing nothing but building with Legos. It was Legos all day long, just building, creating things, and that's pretty much what it was. And I was never bored.
Any magazines involved?
Yes, in fact. Oh wait,
Look, man, look what I built.
Hey, look, I got a lot of education from National Geographic, so that's about it. Okay, hint, hint.
So we're gonna
You were building the wrong box there, Virgin.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh. Hey,
So we're gonna get into our
secret code.
We flip flopped all over on the segments here. I don't care, whatever. We're gonna talk about our favorite for the week. Since Valentine's Day passed, we're gonna go through the whole month, and we're gonna talk about our favorite romance movies. And for me, my pick of the week for romance movies would be The Patriot. It's a guy who loves his country and loves his family and ends up with a really smoking hot lady at the end. And it's Mel Gibson doing what Mel Gibson does. I don't care. You can come up with he said a lot of bad things to a cop. Anyone drunk is going to say something stupid. Like, talk to them
I do
when
it
they're
every
sober.
Thursday.
They're like, my headache. But, I will defend Mel Gibson, and my favorite romance movie of the week is The Patriot. And it's an awesome movie. And hail to Carla Burton, who's in the chat.
Hey, Carla.
Virgin, what would be your romantic movie of the week?
Well, first
the
I have
ladies really want to know.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
well, first I have to throw on a bathrobe and open a gallon of ice cream, and then and then we'll get
We
that
get it.
going.
You like Brokeback Mountain, all right?
Yeah. No, I was going to say this week is Bros, and we're going to go back there. Okay, so look, It's-
Wrong kinds of love.
oh, was
I
I'm
knew-
sorry. Hang on, I'm sorry, wrong script. Dang it. Dang it. So anyway,
Wrong channel, dude.
Wrong channel, sorry,
channel,
anyway.
dude.
Let's see here. If I had to get, let's see here.
That's
yeah.
Gary's channel.
This Gary's I know that channel. So, let's see here. Honestly, it's kind of funny. Nobody has ever talked about this in years, but it's actually quite a hilarious film. I know it's a rom-com, but it's the only rom-com I actually really like, and that's While You Were Sleeping. If you ever seen that one,
It's
with
a good one.
Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman. It is a rom-com, but it is truly hilarious. I mean, you don't have to be there for like the romance, but I mean, it is romance, but it is truly like I would say it's more of a comedy than a romance. I mean, I love the guy who is I think Sandra Bullock's character's like tenant or something like that, and he's trying to hit on Sandra Bullock the entire time, and she's talking to Bill Pullman or something. They're having New Year's party, and he comes out and he's like going, "Hey, is this guy bothering you? He looks like he's kind of leaning." And they're like, I'm like, "What do you mean leaning?" It's like, he's getting a little close. He's like, "Don't worry about it. I know karate." And then he just turns around and walks away. But yeah, it's definitely While You Were Sleeping. That's definitely a great, like, if you just want a really good comedy, even though it happens to be a rom-com, it's a very, very good movie.
Andy.
The Quiet Man.
Rom-com. Wait, what'd you say?
The Quiet Man. It's not a rom-com, but it's like it's the most romantic movie out there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Michael, what would be your flamboyant?
Let's see. I'm gonna have to say the Terminator. I mean, just the way two beings wanna get together with Sarah Connor, and one of them, of course, being a killer cyborg that just wants her so badly. And
we both want to penetrate you. One just wants
that's
to do with
right.
lead.
One
We'll
wants to
take
be a bullet.
turns.
The other
Let's
one
just-
wants to use a certain appendage.
We'll take
Let's
turns,
just-
no worries.
Let's just
Right.
say let's just say the Terminator got pressed for time.
I know
In the
exactly.
end.
Wah,
Yes,
Franny, our great Franny, what would be your romantic movie of the week?
The movie I picked this week is one I think it's underappreciated all the time until you hear the title.
Sex
Really?
and the City.
Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins.
Ah,
Fred
yeah.
Ward, Joel Grey
Huh?
being the Asian man, Wilford Brimley, and since we're not allowed to mention Star Trek, Kate Mulgrew's in this movie. The comedy and the action, I think, are actually something
Oh,
everyone can appreciate.
I'm sorry. Let me do an Adam Sessler clap for that one. There you go.
Yeah, but honestly, I love that movie. The first time I saw it, I laughed hysterically at some of the jokes. The action scenes are not bad, and I wish they would have done another one.
nice.
That was an underappreciated movie. And one of the stuntmen in there was Gene LaBelle. Toughest man
is he
alive.
really?
Well, although he just
Yeah.
died this year.
Who the hell is that?
Gene LaBelle. Gene LaBelle was the original mixed martial artist. He when he went into his first judo competition in Japan, and he dropped his gi off to get cleaned, and they washed it with something red, so it came out pink.
Yeah.
And so he goes there, and the Japanese, being very proper, are all offended that Gene LaBelle comes there in a pink gi, and he's like, and he proceeds to win the whole thing. And so it was like, okay, guy had an amazing sense of humor. He was like, he was fabulous. He was tremendous personality. Very long, extensive career in martial arts and as a stuntman too. Where'd Steve go? Check the basement for pause. You're muted, Steve.
Damn it.
No, man. Don't make it fun. Oh, Lord.
Oh shit. Okay. I don't know.
Good Lord, now I need a drink.
Surprised nobody said 9.5 weeks.
There we go. 10.
Ghost probably like, come on, man. You know the thing. After that, I have no idea. I only planned this much far. So shit's McGee. Because yeah, that's all I got for this show. But for the rest of the show,
You know, I have some old tech advice for you in terms of your
Yes.
brain.
Tell us, oh,
Have you tried
Godfather.
turning it off and on again?
Always works. I guarantee it always works.
I tried. I don't know where the switch is.
Lower.
I'm sure you know where your
What the fuck's
switch
the
is.
matter with you?
No, just yank on that. Just yank on that power cord.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just mix up those positive, negative things in the electrical socket.
Yeah.
That'll reset you.
There's a reason
I
why there's
remember-
a female outlet and a male plug.
So I remember when I did
That's
when I
offensive.
was working on a house with Gary and I was doing the outlets and Gary said, you know, I may keep the power on. The whole entire time I was like, please Lord, don't let it happen.
No.
And he did it exactly. Fuck, dude. Oh.
Oh, man.
I've been electrocuted enough that, you know, I don't want it to happen again, but at least I'm not going to go cry and be like, my bisexual wife and my transgender kids. Ah. I was like, it hurts. All right, I'll work on the next outlet.
My
That's all.
brother used to work in the electrical field, and they would get the new guys out there, and you would have when you have all these generators and stuff going on, it would create this conductive field, and they would give the new guys like, here, hold this light bulb, and all the light bulb would go on, and they'd be like, oh.
I have the power.
We have a spot.
And hail to
where all the
Canadian
440
Spider-Man who jumped into
Oh, there
the
he is.
channel.
Actually, he's
Canadian
Mexican Canadian
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Ah, that's right.
The
yeah.
Mexican Canadian Spider-Man?
Yes, he's
Yeah,
Acapulco.
because-
He's still there?
That's right. He's
Hold
still
up.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold up.
He's getting authentic tacos.
Mexican
Mhm.
Canadian Spider-Man. So hola, eh?
There is no moose on those tacos.
Hey, Spider-Man, just don't forget,
He's
man.
getting-
You gotta
and
have the emergency supply of maple syrup everywhere you go, or you'll starve to death because you're Canadian.
That's
I'm
right.
Mexican.
Hola, eh?
Um, yeah.
Habla francés.
Como está?
Oh. Nicely played.
There you
Nicely
go.
played.
That's right. Yes. So is that
That's right.
Spanglish? That's Spanglish, isn't
Get on those
on.
pinatas and maple syrup comes out.
it? And glory holes.
Hold
Anyway,
up.
um,
So Guatemala Rooster just said, we'll go to chats. I don't care. Whatever.
okay.
Just remember, if you work in the electrical field, to try to always stay humble and grow.
All right. Yeah, I got to bring out the trombone
That's a
again.
funny joke,
There you go.
To be honest, that's probably my favorite joke of the day right there.
There we go.
you know.
Yeah,
You
never
hear all that
put both
laughter?
your hands.
That's funny. That's absolutely
Chris
funny.
Boone is
What were we
right.
gonna say, Gray Bush?
Never put Chris Boone's right. Never put both hands in the box at the same time. That would get
Why lick them at the same
Right.
time?
no
Yeah.
Test it
inside
out?
the electrical box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
One
always
hand
Speaking
told
of
on-
which,
Gary,
what was that?
I always told Gary when we were working on this house in I'm not gonna say what town, but we were working on this house, and he's like, and this is probably when 2 years ago, I think. And he's like, just check if they're working. I was like, how about you stick your tongue on them and see how that feels? And he looked at him and was like, stop being an idiot. And I was like, all right, okay, I'll go
But I
check
wanna
with
be
my
an
little
idiot.
pen.
and
But
make your hair stand on end.
Mhm.
Well, maybe not Steve.
Yeah.
Shocking revelation.
you know how you can be a dick? I actually shaved right before this. I'm all silky smooth, you know?
Know
I
how
don't
you
know
can be a
if any-
dick? I'm Richard.
All right,
Dickhead.
Steve, you got to do this, okay? It's an old Benny Hill skit where he goes up to Jackie Wright and he says, "It's nice and smooth, just like my wife's backside." He says, "Yeah, it is." Somebody giving you shit, you're just like, "Yeah, it's nice and smooth, just like your wife's ass." Like, what?
Bah.
How do you know?
It's like the Pink Panther. Does your dog bite? No, my
No.
dog does not bite. Rah, rah. It's like, I thought you said your dog doesn't bite. That's not
It
my
is not my
dog.
dog.
So how about
Awkward
some
silence.
bald heads?
Welcome to the salty spittoon. How tough are you?
Yeah. I love that. Call, okay, SpongeBob season 1 through 3 was absolutely hilarious. After that, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Every
Imagination.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know where else I can find peanuts?
Strip club.
He looks in his
At a
bathroom.
glory
That's the best
hole.
part. He looks in
At a
his
glory
bathroom.
hole.
He says, "Yeah, exactly." But he looks in his bathroom. He says, "You know where else I can find peanuts?" And then he looks in his bathroom like, It's like, it's a good thing I keep this peanut bush by my window sill in the bathroom.
You
yeah,
know,
well, you've had bigger things than that.
that
mouth.
show is very heavily on adult stuff. That bathroom
Exactly.
one at the
Yeah.
glory
Yeah.
hole.
That was hilarious.
It is.
Or when he tries to give Gary a bath and he paints the bathtub like a treasure chest. And he says, "Look, Gary, treasure." And he pulls out 2 bars of soap and he says, "Look, doubloons, don't drop them."
Doubloons.
You know,
He
every
says
time
2
you
bars of
say
soap,
Gary,
don't
I
drop 'em.
think of Gary Ambrosia.
Well, he does go, yeah.
He does.
Hey, look, Gary's in the chat.
God.
Where'd he come from? There he
He
is.
is.
No, I was like, all of a sudden, like, Gary, meow. It's like,
I was
yes.
gonna-
You know,
I was gonna bust his balls.
yeah.
He doesn't have the link.
He's
We'll
like,
just
no,
bust his
I'm
balls
just like,
right
I'm just like
now.
saying, like, we just go meow, and Gary's like, I feel a disturbance in the force. You know, somebody
My
calls.
butthole feels
My
tingly.
palms are itching.
I'm
Yes,
Larry the Lobster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not ready. I'm ready, Freddy.
Yeah. Yo, Mr.
Larry.
Krabs is the Kurgan, so
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Mm. Yep.
And yeah. Oh, colors.
there's that awkward
Anyway,
silence.
so I'm
again.
gonna just get
Can
what?
we just move on? I can do armpit
Yeah,
noises if
we
we
will.
need to fill something
Yeah,
in.
we will. What are you
There was
talking
a
about? Why are you gonna do
Spanish
fart
flee.
noises? Every virgin,
Oh, right.
every virgin has to do the whole fart noise thing. Man, once you find a woman virgin, you'll realize I don't have to do that.
It doesn't quite
Oh,
sound
okay.
like that once you
Let me.
know.
Okay, I'll remind my wife about that.
It'll be coming from somewhere else.
my my legs.
Oh
Excuse
man,
me.
I'm trying
Uh,
during the show. I'm trying to get Canadian Spider-Man. While we're back at it, let's check up on Ant-Man, because
Speaking of
nope,
small
still
men,
the same thing.
anyway.
48, 84. You just
Yeah.
flip flop those numbers, you know, like the election.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
The
okay.
numbers are the same.
Steve, check your Twitter DM.
Just
I just Oh, Jesus.
Don't make me do numbers on Ant-Man again.
Exciting and new. Come aboard.
We're not. Oof.
Oh wait, didn't we
We're
talk?
expecting you.
That's two foghorns, Andy. That's two foghorns going. "Vrr." Okay, so here's a funny thing. I got a funny story. Since I have nothing.
Maybe somebody else should tell it then.
Whatever.
Damn.
Zing! Pow!
That's a good one. That's
To
a
the
good
moon,
one.
Alice!
Um,
Too late. It's more fun.
That's the best soundboard in the world. I love it. I love it.
I don't have a big enough bus for this one. But
Chocolate! Chocolate! Chocolate!
love you, goat.
That was the
Love you,
best
man.
part. That was the best part is when that guy
love
catches
that
up with
bit.
Patrick, he craps out all that chocolate bars and a little kiss at the end.
God.
You know,
Yeah.
Why is it that it smells like maple syrup all of a sudden?
Because Mike decided to just go, hey. So
I don't know,
Hey.
Goat. Why?
Tell us, oh goat.
I think there's
Ow.
a new guy wanting to get in, goat. A new guy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah,
You're not
in
alone,
this
Mike.
case.
You're not
I didn't
alone.
make this sacrifice.
The Diamond's Jubilee. What's
Oh,
up,
Almost not,
Mike.
eh?
Spider-Man?
You come a star.
Good to see y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Look, he's drinking his little
Canadian
margarita.
Spider-Man.
It's good. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you roll
great
your
to be
R's?
on here. Yeah, I just finished up with Cardinal Sin.
Nice.
I was gonna say, are you in Cabo?
No, I'm just above Acapulco in Zihuatanejo.
Ooh.
You're
Copy
very
that.
tan right now.
It's
Wait a
quite
minute. Is
quite
Tim
a
Robbins
chapter
here?
going on.
You need to bring us some good Mexican tequila.
ate all the
Whenever I
tacos.
see a
I
picture
had
of
tacos earlier. Fantastic.
whenever I see Rick Moranis, shit, I just ruined my whole entire joke. Whenever I see Canadian Spider-Man, I think of a
Whenever I see Rick Moranis, I think of Canadian Spider-Man.
Wah, wah, wah,
Yeah,
wah.
I
Thank you, short
it's
bus.
impressive. You see Rick Moranis all the time. Kidding.
Oh man.
fuck all you guys.
Yeah, I think Canadian Spider-Man's drinking enough for both of you guys. Jeez.
Canadian Spider-Man is in Zihuatanejo looking for Andy Dufresne and Red.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
there we
That was- Yes. Did you find their hotel?
Exactly, Andy.
I've always wanted to know where that was.
So
I'll have to
every
check
time
it.
I see Canadian Spider-Man, I think of Rick Moranis, but a little bit more jacked.
Thanks. Yeah.
See? There you go. There's your
And
twin.
Look at the bastard. He's like, we're up here in the middle of friggin' winter, and he's down there all tan. You know, I'm hating you right now.
I know.
It's pretty.
Because Graybush looks white as shit right now.
Oh yeah,
You bastard. Jeez.
all those Irish genes.
I know, right? So here, okay, so back to my original story as I calculate in my short bus brain. So have you
Always drop off.
Not times not is not.
so, every time you go under a any of you ever been through a tunnel where they're honking the horn a lot?
Yes.
Yeah, I have 3 kids.
So whenever Gary and I drive to a new place and we have to go through a tunnel in our town, he has the best lines ever. He's like, honk if you like sucking dick, or honk if you're gay. Nobody honks. It clears it out. Or it's like, honk if you whatever. It's the funniest thing ever. And then he'll have this whole, when I get a truck, I'm gonna have the system set up to where I have a siren. And it's like, beep, beep. Anyone who speeds, locks brakes. It's the funniest thing ever. That's my whole
like that.
story. I know it took a long time to get there, but you know how educated I am as a southern short bus.
Yeah, shorter buses take longer to get to their destination. It's understandable.
Slow and steady wins the race.
If there's any tunnels in
Right?
San Francisco, that's not going to work though.
No, they'll be like, hey, just be like, hey, honk if you like straight women. What?
There we are.
Honk. Have you ever? So I'll say random. Okay, so on Wednesday, where Andy and a few of us are on the show, I'll say random things. Like I'll pronounce Star Trek wrong. I'll pronounce a lot of words wrong. And Gary calls it Stevenism. It's I say random things at the worst possible time.
We need a calendar.
And I don't care.
Scissors.
And exactly. Scissors. What the fuck are you talking about? You know,
Men don't
today's
care.
like,
Should not care.
Wait, so Tourette's dad lives?
He does.
Wow.
It's me.
Okay, there we go. Next generation. I like that.
It's better than what's going on in whatever Paramount Plus, that side of it.
Hey, VM, guess
I
what we're
will.
talking
Okay,
about?
It's like rodeo
so
sex. It's like rodeo sex. Call her some other girl's name and see if you can hold on for 8 seconds.
That's right. Yep.
No need to brag.
I
every
actually
last
told
8
my-
seconds there, Andy.
I told my wife, I was like, you know, I called her sister's name, and she got mad at me one time. And I said, here's the thing, I'm not good with names, so I'll call people. Yeah, okay. Here's a little advice.
You're
Name
married
advice.
and you forget your wife's name?
Short bus.
Look,
Are you on a suicide mission? You know how dangerous
look,
that is?
Canadian syrup boy over there with bad internet.
Glue.
Dang, gee whiz, this got hostile.
I told her, she understood, and I said, look, I'm terrible with names, and I don't understand. I can't yeah. So I called her sister's name one time. She looked back at me. She was like, what'd you say? I was like, and I called her name right, and I was like, it's this one. She's like, that's right. Every single person in college I've dated, I've called every single girl I've dated the wrong name. And it's not that I don't remember or anything. It's just my brain doesn't understand words very well.
Look, no, it's not that at all. It's not that at all. You didn't have
Yes, Graybush?
You didn't have a father or a big brother to tell you the secret. You just called them all baby, and you can't screw up.
That's right.
See,
That's a given.
Because it's better than having your wear name tag.
It's a lot easier at the end of the night when you ask them how much. That way you don't have to remember their name.
Just get their
I
name
feel like
tattooed.
Canadian Spider-Man's at some kind of concert and party and all this shimmy. You know what? You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
You're all tan. You don't look Canadian at all. You're just like, look at me. Ooh, you got that
Sammy
shirt.
Hagar's going to jump
Oh.
over that background with a bottle of Cabo Wabo or something.
Some lady's gonna start doing a belly dance and be like,
He's
"Ooh,
not
There's-
even.
how
He's
you
not even in
doing?"
the
Come on
country.
down. Come on down. There's room for everybody. This beach is empty. Come on
Done
down.
and done.
I got empty beds in the hostel room right now. You can bunk with me. There's an English guy in here. You're gonna have fun. Come on down.
Well,
Hey, guess what?
you
That
got
means we
me
get to
an
all sleep
English
together.
guy.
We have
And-
tequila
What,
and
Virgin?
quite a bit of weed.
What? So
I'm liking this
Canadian
sweet
Spider-Man.
All right. Well, Canadian Spider-Man, everybody. Yeah.
Should we just call you Mexican Spider-Man? Because you're in Mexico.
Maybe for the next 2 months. Yeah.
Or as I should call it, Mexico.
You know, if he's Mexican Canadian Spider-Man, can we just call him Mixed Spider-Man? MC Spider-Man
or NAFTA.
Mixed Spider-Man.
NAFTA
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
NAFTA
Okay,
Spider-Man,
NAFTA. I like that.
Mixed
Okay.
Me-
All right. Is that the call sign?
No, wait, it's not.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make
I
sure.
have to look at it. I don't even know what your call sign is, dude.
Do we need now to call Gary? Do we have to have Gary play his pink recorder again for us?
I
So I
think
can
so.
give it to. Okay. I
Yeah.
was just wondering.
No, we'll get that all written out.
Oh, okay, good. All right, just want to
Don't worry.
Gary has a
We'll do
pink
it.
recorder.
He does.
A pick
does.
recorder?
Yeah.
pink recorder.
Mm.
He's very
Never
proud
think-
of it.
Yeah.
I noticed that Vincent has talked a lot
Long
of
and
shit
pink.
in the chat.
It's
I've
long and
noticed
pink,
that.
makes us go deaf.
It's got a feather at the end.
I noticed that
Tickles.
like Vince and Snowdub has talked shit on the show in the chats. And
Uh-oh.
here's the thing. They may or may not like their names that I give them.
Gasp.
Dun dun dun.
Tough luck. Tough luck.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. We're gonna get to chats right now.
The Virgin says, "Get over it." Anyway.
You did watch Bros, didn't you? You fucking watched Bros. You watched it. You watched it, and
He downloaded the transcript.
Christopher Dominguez
You
is right.
watched
We have a
it-
Mexican hero.
you
Mexican
watched it
Iron
with a
Man.
bunch of other guys on base, and you're like, "Hey guys, so we have a."
It wasn't on base.
It was.
Oh, that's right.
It was
at
not on
sea.
base.
He was
Yeah.
at sea for 2
It
weeks.
wasn't with me.
It was
I
that
have a
place called
buddy who was in the
Dockside
Air
outside
Force.
base.
So my brother-in-law was in the Air Force, and he's like, we would watch a lot of gay shit, and I was like, what do you mean by gay shit? He's all like, we'd watch Brokeback Mountain
Ugh.
and a bunch of other stuff. We don't know.
Did
I
he
was like,
really
Air
talk
Force?
like that too at the same time?
No,
It's like, we watched
he
a bunch
didn't.
of the gay stuff. We watched Brokeback.
No, I have a bad impersonation of people. No, my brother-in-law is awesome. I love him to
Okay.
death. He's a cool dude. He's like
Oh.
6'3", a huge dude.
Hmm.
But we're going to get into chats, and
Wait,
I-
we're brothers?
yeah.
Oh
What?
wow.
Well, hey,
Huh?
I got
My
an idea,
brother-in-law.
Steve.
Oh.
What?
While
What's
we
that
wait for
hillbilly?
Yeah,
What?
I know. Hillbilly Franny. I get it. As we wait for questions from chat, I have another manly story. I hope maybe people will get this week.
Really?
Okay.
So,
It goes.
this one happened about almost 40 years ago. I used to get these
You went to a
wicked,
glory hole.
I know, wicked, nasty dreams.
we do.
It was really weird. It was about aliens and this really hot blonde chick at school, and I
His
I
name
couldn't
was
sleep.
Javier.
I've
I
seen
know.
Species. Yeah, I agree.
It was amazing. I'll never forget her name. Shit.
It was Joe.
Bambi.
So what was fascinating? is
Philly
I kept getting these
Milano.
dreams.
Dylan Mulvaney.
I said blonde, not with a wiener.
It was Fabio, wasn't it? I
Pubic
knew it.
brunette.
Maybe. Might have been Boy George. Okay, I'll admit to Boy George, but not to anything else.
Oh,
So you really did hurt him.
Yes, I did.
Anyway.
Yours is Ricky Martin.
So I had these dreams, and I got this urge to try to follow my dreams, and it was great to do that. But I know I had to turn my creative juices to something a little more exciting. So
Excited juices. Okay, got it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I need to build this thing that they're trying to tell me in my dreams that I need to build. So I would find things out in the forest, out in the hills, but I decided one day to go to a junkyard to try to get some parts that I thought would make it fit. And I'll never, ever forget the moment. And it's horrifying to think about it. When I heard the one statement that has scarred me for the rest of my life, and that is chopper sick balls.
And then what?
If you built it, they will come.
Then I met like Robert Picardo, which was really cool.
Was he? Did he sing the cowboy song?
Today a pudding.
I'm a cowboy and I never seen a cow. Anyways.
Seen a lot of sheep though. Ended up with syphilis.
We have voicemails for
So
that.
on
I've
that
heard.
note, we're gonna
Anyway.
get to the chats.
Speaking of
Okay.
syphilis, back to the chats.
Yeah,
The itch
And that
we can't-
wool allergy.
Yeah, exactly.
herpes. They never go away.
Anyway,
You
yeah.
keep that forever like luggage.
Is that the matching set? Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool. Let's see here. I see. Well,
So if we're gonna get
Wow.
the chats,
So yes.
Look at VMs there. I dated Natasha Henstridge's stunt double for Species in high school.
Wow. That's
you
impressive.
son of a bitch.
And she's Canadian too, from Newfoundland.
I'm gonna do this one with one eye.
Newfie
because,
girl.
You know,
Yep.
oh, wow.
Ugh,
I don't think it's
best.
new anymore, but okay.
Oh, with less Canadian Spider-Man.
here's the question:
Oh no.
is it good or bad thing when you wake up in the morning and the previous active lady asks you, "Who are you and where I am? Where am
Did
I?"
you say active?
Then you tell the Bond story. You tell the James Bond story. Duh.
Attractive. Sorry, attractive lady. Here's the thing.
Attract-
Wait, what were you gonna say, Aunt Graybush?
That's when you tell her the great James Bond story, like that we were we were surrounded and like I saved your life and all that stuff, and like it's a
That's
shame
right.
you don't remember it.
And then you
And-
say,
Then I tell
"Depends,
then
it's
I tell her
police
my name's
involved."
Steve and I leave.
Hmm,
Went to bed with Sean Connery, woke up with Roger Moore. Wait a minute, what?
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I did save you, but
I did say
So
you.
in that
Good
case,
morning.
if 911 is involved, then I'm out
They're
of here,
about the same age, aren't they? More or less.
pretty much.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can't use that line
Yeah.
much anymore
Oh,
because being married and all that.
that was
But
nice
in
ocean.
college, I had one chick that asked me like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Who are you?" And if anyone remembers Mad TV, there's I don't know his name, who did Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice,
Oh, yeah.
and I can't remember his name. That's the thing. I was talking to Gary about it, and I was like, I
Was
don't
it
remember
Arnold
his name.
Schwarzenegger?
He's like, "Who are you?" "I'm you." "Who are you?" I had this chick who asked me, I was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Who are you?" And the whole time I was thinking of Total Recall. I was like, "Who are you?" And then she's like,
2 weeks. Sorry.
"Yeah." 2 weeks later, I'll hide you in my bed.
Yeah.
But
2 weeks.
Get ready for a surprise.
peekaboo, I
Yeah.
see you.
Although in modern day, that's not a good thing.
No, it's not.
definitely.
No,
Oh God, no.
Hey, but when you got Gul Dukat running Mars, that's pretty cool. Anyway,
yeah,
enough Star Trek.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know no Star Trek.
whatever. I don't.
Anyways.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just like, whatever. I don't care anymore.
Did she look like Sharon Stone at least? If we're going like total
No.
recall here. No.
I was hoping and praying for Gina Carano, but life doesn't happen that way.
No. It
Whatever.
never does.
But if a
Never.
chick asks you, "Who are you?" or "Where am I?" Just say like, "Hey, I don't know how to go with this without getting like banned. I have no like. Someone
just
save
reply.
me."
Why don't you
You
just
just
mute
reply.
yourself, say it, and then unmute yourself? So there you go.
You just reply, "I'm your conscience."
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
Yeah.
My name's Kyle Reese. I've come from the future.
I'm here to save you. Take my hand if you want to
I got
live.
nothing. Aren't you Melina?
Yeah. No,
Put the
wait.
cookie
You're,
down.
you're the maid.
Come here. Come
Hey,
here. I
Go
want
get
another
Benny. I
kid.
need. Go get Benny. I need a cab.
Yeah. Watch out for my mules.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah. Oh man.
You can do it.
Yeah. You can do it.
You can do it.
Whoa, Geppetto, my blow up doll turned real.
So,
God. No.
I'm a real boy.
Geppetto, like, think you can carve some of that wood there, Geppetto.
I'm sure he would.
But a bump,
he would.
no pun intended.
Just don't lie.
I think McSpider-Man NAFTA's internet is getting a little too crazy on that tequila. Keeps jolting out on us.
Probably.
Mm.
Do we get another question here while Steve is indisposed?
He's got bad reception at Tijuana jail.
Probably. How about Guatemalan roosters? So when did you turn to playing with mashed potatoes? There's an interesting question.
1979.
Yes.
There we go.
I was
Yeah.
going to say 77, but
Yeah.
I wasn't born yet, but still. That's when happened.
I always made
you
mashed
would have been
potatoes
playing
with
with a different
volcanoes.
kind of batter, so yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I was
With the
10 in
gravy.
1977.
When you
I
say
think-
mashed potatoes, do you mean actual mashed potatoes, or are we talking something else?
I think Steve has made one critical mistake.
do
Never
this.
drink a gallon of water before the show.
He's got a little
Oh.
bladder.
Especially when
Exactly.
you're
The size of
when
a
you can
pea.
fit, yes, especially when you can fit inside a gallon of water. Anyway.
I mean, given all the short jokes, we might as well address the vehicle he drives as a freaking Mini Cooper.
Oh God.
Wait,
That ain't no
Why?
cowboy vehicle, Steve.
Why
I see he's
am I
keeping
not
with a theme.
surprised? Yeah.
I want. Does the universe reset itself if Mini Driver's driving a Mini Cooper?
Oh.
while
Probably.
dating Bradley Cooper, yes.
But what if he's driving a yellow Mini Cooper and slips on a banana?
With a rocket.
Well,
Let's just-
rocket made by
let's
Acme, definitely.
Let's just ask the important thing. Does he have the Mini Cooper
Yeah.
with the British flag painted all over it?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rocket's
Exactly.
stripper name, wasn't it?
Is he yeah.
Oh wait, he's back.
He-
Never mind.
I shall call him Mini Me.
I got nothing.
Okay.
You're muted, Steve.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
oh, there. Yeah. There.
all you can all go.
Yeah, that's nice, Andy. That's really nice, man.
Yeah.
That's
good.
beautiful.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, that's very nice. Yeah. it's
Wait,
very
where can we
nice.
get those and how much?
Yeah.
You want Steven a little head?
Yeah, a Barbie doll. Yes.
I see we're not done phrasing. Okay.
Oh God! You know how much
Oh.
fun innuendos are compared to just straight up saying it. This is
No, let's
You would
keep
know
going.
you're a virgin.
yeah. Hey! At least I have my own airline, okay,
Ah,
and cruise line. So
and
You
radio,
don't get to ride
radio
the Virgin.
stations, networks.
yeah,
Mm.
exactly. That's right. Oh yeah, and
Innuendo
rockets.
It's
That
fun to be a
failed.
virgin.
We won't go there.
See, when you have all this time on your hands, you can do a lot of things.
That's
And
right.
it-
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Involving your hands.
God,
We
dude.
get it. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Ah, we get it. You have a lot of time on your hands. Virgin. Hello, Pamela Anderson.
Is this a perfect time to talk about my essential oil soap that I use every day?
Shut up.
Oh yeah,
But,
tell
yeah,
us.
It has nice little scrubbies in it, and
Oh my God.
well,
You got
okay, I think I got to
Steve
stop right there because I'm man, my my little twisted mind is going way out that way.
I'm gonna tell on you.
You guys,
Next question, panel.
Yeah,
Yeah, next
Chat.
question. Save us.
Come on, chat. Hit us up.
come on.
That's why you're here. For unabated, constant humor.
Hey, do we ever answer VM's question about you know what? So,
What's the
About mashed potatoes?
oh
I
yeah,
think
no.
we did.
Oh. I think we. Yeah, probably.
That's a great question. Thank you, Goat.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Go has
There's-
made that targeted to me.
I'm gonna say 5.
There's a punch card.
Your sixth.
right.
Your sixth is free.
It only goes
Like
to
Tim
2
Hortons or
because he struggles
Starbucks.
after 1.
Steve literally carries a heart-shaped hole punch on his belt. So anyway. Brain fart. There we go. So
There's
Like
only
Tom,
one square.
Tom Hanks in Polar Express.
Yeah.
Jenny,
Oh.
lots of chocolate.
golly, can you imagine
Right.
if there was like
Yeah.
if Steve really ran the Polar Express and there's just multiple versions of Steve? Like
Yeah, fucked.
Yeah. It's like I built a campfire on top of a moving train. Oh, okay.
The multiverse of Steve.
Yeah.
No ticket. I toss you off train in Arctic.
Every
cold.
person be like, "Get me off this train, please, for the love of God.
And
Do it
somehow
now."
it would still be better than current Marvel.
It would.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? It would be.
Yep.
You know,
We'd have,
I don't
we'd have
know if I should
Ozzy
take
as
that
the
as a,
conductor, and we'd be riding the crazy train.
I don't know if
yeah,
I should
sure,
take
yeah.
that as a compliment or not,
No, that's a compliment.
Franny.
That's a compliment.
Yeah, it's
Sorta,
a heavy
yeah.
Everything
compliment.
here
It
is a
is?
compliment.
Yes, yes, it
Yeah.
is.
All right, cool. All right, Jeff.
Because we love you, Steve.
Yes,
We love you so
in
much.
the
You're just saying
multiverse,
that.
there's a woke version of us
You're
all.
just
out
saying
there.
that, right?
We
Oh,
love
God.
you long
What's
time.
funny is I actually saw a small
Hard fingers.
bus drive by me earlier today, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
I'm late for school.
He like drives by. It's like,
Sorry. I'm sorry. It just set itself
Someone
up.
took my seat.
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
We sing that.
I've got a very offensive joke that goes along with that.
You know, just say it.
Keep
We've
going.
all-
you know, like, you just do it.
Yeah, you can't say
What's
that
the
and then
worst
not
that's
tell
gonna
us.
happen?
And he wants to go to school, and mom's like, honey, like, you're not going to fit in with the other kids at school, and that's for like I want to go to school with the other kids, like so finally she gives in and she says, all right, you can go to school with the other kids. So he goes out to the bus stop and the mom's watching him. Door opens up and he says, "Is it the bus to take the kid to school?" The bus driver jumps out of the bus, beats the crap out of him, tosses him in the bushes, and drives off. The mother is running as fast as she can, horrified, and the bus is going down the street. So she can't believe what she saw. So it's like,
I know this joke.
the next day, little boy goes out there to get on the bus. Door opens. Did the bus take the door? Bus driver jumps up, starts beating on the kid, tosses him in the bushes. Like again, the mother catches him and starts screaming at the bus driver as he pulls away. So the next day, she's got the cops out there waiting. So little boy's out there. Door opened. Did the bus take the door? The bus driver jumps out. He's just about to hit the kid. The cops say, "Freeze!" He's like, "What are you doing?" He says, "He's making fun of me."
Yeah. Oh, that joke never gets old.
That's actually a new one for me. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That goes in the lexicon. Anyway.
That's back in the old days when we used to make fun of everybody on TV.
Oh yeah.
He's making fun of me.
Yeah, now you'll get a Disney Plus warning about cultural insensitivity if you tell a joke. You know, I had to explain that to my son when we were watching Rescue Rangers again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, apparently all the Rescue Ranger episodes that involve like any kind of Asian references has the warning in front of it, and it's like
Oh God.
they're wrong. Yeah, so it's
My brother's wife was half Japanese, or is half Japanese, and so got her and her sister together drinking one night, and he says, "All right, you two, come on, sing the Mothra song."
Oh man.
His mother-in-law would be over the house, and like she would say something. He'd like, "Don't make me press the button," and he would press the thing with the Godzilla.
Oh mercy.
Bo decided to play a funny joke on me. Pull up that chat, goat.
No boy.
Yeah. What's your thought on Picard? No, fuck off.
Yes, my point.
Never.
I agree with
Never.
that. I absolutely agree with that.
We have homework for Pop Culture Breakdown to watch at least the first episode.
Yeah, if you guys ever want me on,
Wait.
I'm glad to jump on that one.
Oh,
Now,
I look at it this way: when somebody has actively participated in mocking you and and destroying something you love, and there's no way in hell I'm friggin' rewarding them with anything, even
Absolutely.
if it's my time of a view. When you've gone out of your way to insult me, it's like Marvel. I was 9 years old, being the biggest Marvel fan in the world, and you come out with all this bullshit, and you're like, you know what? Kiss my ass. They're like, nah. Never get another dime from me.
I was 6 when TNG aired, and Trekkie for 36 years. So, yeah, definitely.
This is so.
No, anyway, we'll move on.
Exactly.
Hey, I like
the
Gordon.
vibrator on.
Yeah, gee whiz, that's like an industrial one. Jeez.
I know. I know. I mentioned this with you guys. We're not going to talk about Star Trek.
No, I know.
Damn it.
Hey, look, Ordnance Packard said in the live chat, he said Picard, like Delaware, doesn't exist.
What do you mean, man? Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I don't have time.
It doesn't exist. That's okay.
What are you talking about?
It doesn't exist.
He doesn't exist.
It's just a virgin's idea.
Yes, continue.
That's as far as I'm going.
All right. Hugs.
To a glory hole.
Hugs. Which
Gloria.
end? Anyway.
Is it an innie or an outie?
Yeah.
Depends how happy you make
There's only one way to find out. Virgin, go find
Trying to
out.
tickle those jumbly wumblies.
Hang on a second. I got to check something out. Okay, I'm back.
What have I come into here?
No, it's not, guys. It's not.
Well, JRC has a thing for Ricky Martin, Canadian Spider, or sorry, Mexican Iron Man.
Mexican.
You know, fuck Marvel. I'm tired of it. Whatever.
Spider-Man's Sony. Spider-Man's Sony all the way.
Yeah.
You're correct. You're right.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Sony owns.
Yeah.
And so is Doctor Who now.
So.
Wait, what?
Yep.
So is
Sony
Doctor Who
bought
now.
Bad Wolf.
Because Sony.
Doctor Strange is the Sony.
No.
Doctor Who.
No, Doctor Who.
The British guy.
Who? Because
Strange. I don't care.
There's an O.
It's not even
in
related to
Strange.
Doctor Strange, I don't think.
See, that's the thing. That's the problem. Everyone's coming up with shows. Doctor this, Doctor that. It's like,
Dr. Detroit.
One's BBC, and
Dr.
I don't care.
Dr. Dre, yeah.
I don't really think he's a doctor. It's like
No.
it's like
He's not a doctor.
What was
And
it like
neither is
Buzz
Joe
Lightyear
Biden.
from Toy Story when he says, he's like, I don't think that man's ever been to medical school.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
neither
me
is
calling
Jill
myself
Biden.
Dr. Steve. I don't know, but you're hot. So I'll check your pregnancy. What?
What?
See, that's a Stevenism right there. Even if Gary's watching right now, he'd be like, I can't believe I heard this guy right now. This guy is fucking stupid. Guess what? You hired me, so you're half as stupid.
You're half a short bus.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like they say,
You
don't
take
complain
front-
about your wife's decisions because you're one of them.
You're literally a quarter bus.
Yep.
This is the part of the show. If anyone who's started joining the show
I'd
right
like to
now,
see-
guess what? You're in for a treat.
What's that Canadian Spider-Man?
Oh, I know. How about we talk about PJ being banned on Twitter?
I was just saying,
Yeah. What happened?
Wait,
with that?
hold up.
I was
What was
gonna say-
Canadian Spider we gonna say?
Oh, sorry, man.
About Orville Nation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just, no problem at all, man. I was just saying, I'd like to see a Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman reboot where she's a man.
Ooh.
That would be awesome.
Wait,
mean
a
a
man of color.
Oh yes, that's right.
A trans man of color.
I stand corrected.
A trans man
no,
by
A trans man trisexual.
tries.
Yeah.
Try sex with anyone.
That sounds like a little kid's bike.
Yeah.
Except
Because
it's
the
3
concept
I don't want
is, I'm on my bike. It's got tassels on it.
You know,
Anyway, sorry.
It's like it's like the Packlets in Star Trek. We look for things that make us go.
Yeah.
So, that's what it is.
Yeah. Make us
Jeez.
smart. Make us strong.
Make us smart. Make us
in the
strong.
end of the day, we're all men.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we're men.
You
Men,
can go
men,
in
men,
anywhere.
men. Throw your
Now that we're
rubbers
men.
overboard. There's no one here but men.
Yep.
We could go anywhere now that we're men. I changed my underwear now that we're men. Yeah.
Got a dick,
That's right.
you're a man.
Yeah.
That, or I'm reminded of that Monty Python song. Isn't it awfully nice to have a penis?
Yeah.
It's really good to have a tongue.
You know what not a lot of people talk about is the Man concert from Wonder Years, you know, where it's like men, men, and then what was it, that kid who's singing the high notes, he suddenly hits puberty. He's like, and then everybody's all confused, like men. So it was like one of the best scenes ever.
That episode of the Brady Bunch where Peter hits puberty.
Oh yeah, she wants your pork chops. And
You know the
applesauce.
dude, I mean the chick, whatever, who stole baggage from the
Oh, the-
airport.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
The one that
our-
looks like Matt Damon.
The
Our-
bald
our-
guy with
yeah.
the lipstick.
our
Yeah.
nuke expert, our national nuke expert, right?
Yeah, how the
Yeah.
hell did that happen for you guys?
Former,
Damn.
yeah.
I
Briston,
could
Sam
totally dress up
Briston.
as him.
You know, I was going to say it
You're
looks
probably
like
good.
you know, I was going to say it
I-
looks like he suffered from radiation poisoning, so that's why he's the expert on it. So
It's like,
Makes
it's
sense.
like
yeah,
pull his
exactly.
face
So
back.
the whole time,
Look at
I
my
thought that was-
weapons. What are you talking about?
I thought that was Matt Damon in a new film.
Matt Damon.
And then Gary looked at me. He's like, you know, if we did a short film and did a comedy, you dress up as this guy, and it
Was
was
that a
that
pun?
guy. What? Huh? What? Who knows?
Jesus.
Oh,
At this
yeah.
point, anything could be real.
That's what my dad always used to say. I was going to say, yeah, you remember? Yeah, Matt Damon, part of the Film Actors Guild, or anyway,
You know, I you know, I always take luggage from the airport and just look at the dresses and then be like, "Ooh, wowie!" You know, That's my impersonation of Christopher Walken as
Walken.
Matt
That's not bad.
Damon in Good Will Hunting.
You know,
Goodwill Hunting for clothes.
go- or at least matching lipstick.
Walking around in women's underwear.
Yeah.
You would know, Mike.
Gone
You know what?
away is the briefs.
remember
Putting
when,
on the G-string. I'm prancing
Remember-
away, looking so gay, walking around in women's underwear.
How do you
Oh
know those
my.
lyrics so well?
I don't know. I just made them
Yeah.
off the cuff of my
Okay.
head.
He's like,
Really?
this is bring back
If
2
you're gonna
nights
wear
ago.
women's underwear, don't wear the G-strings.
All right.
Exactly. Well, you need something to
Subscribe
flash
to my
your husband.
OnlyFans coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
good Lord. Yes.
So
Andy,
on
you
that
know what
note,
the G-string is called in Japan?
I was going
What?
to say, it's, you remember in Shrek
Floss?
2 when they got Pinocchio to tell a lie by saying,
That's
I'm
a
wearing
tea
ladies'
bag.
underwear? Yeah,
I thought it was called
G-string
floss.
is tea bag.
it is.
So I got a good Navy story from my brother
Mm,
when he was stationed in Japan.
yeah.
So they have like the public bathhouses there, and
Mhm.
there's a distinct difference between like Japanese men and American men, and like so to get to the ladies' side, like the ladies have to walk through the men's side, and there's like a sign that says like gentlemen are asked kindly not to peek.
Hmm.
So my brother and his buddy get all drunked up, like because they're sailors, and
Yeah.
they sit down there right on the doorway to into the ladies' side with everything hanging out, and they're all like, and all the Japanese men are looking at him like,
Oh, I can't believe we lost to these guys. Ugh.
Damn these Americans that can grow hair on the face and have longer dong than I do.
I hate that I have
Damn.
to look up all the time.
Oh, I'm going to listen
we
to
have
Friends
to
over this.
Now I have to
you
commit
wait till
seppuku.
radiation kick in. You can get Siladong.
I have a 3 of
on the
those.
next life.
What do I do with the third one? But
The seashell.
as we close out tonight's show, which has been a
With the ocean in
very
the background.
improvised, fun entertainment.
Improvised is an understatement.
I don't know how we got to that point, but yeah,
Yes.
go with that.
Mhm.
But we'll go around the table. If anyone wants to plug anything, because I know Gary's like, stop saying plug in, like it's a Glade.
Plug
If
it
you want to
in,
plug
it
anything,
in.
you can. So we're gonna go with Virgin. Anything you want to plug?
Oh, just it's good to be back. Guys, ever want to check out my YouTube channel? It's JRC99US. Pretty much I've been on YouTube since 2007, just as a fun thing to get around, but love being here. And yeah, it's my only version of escapism I can actually get to. And my Virgin call sign is just a call sign. Anyway,
Sorry about
Mine?
that. I had about like 2 cops driving by with the sirens going beep 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 beep. Franny,
Are they in a tunnel?
Jeff.
were they chasing the short bus?
They're like, they're trying to find me. I'm like, you can't find me anywhere else.
Oh,
Close
make sure you
my
turn,
eyes, you can't see me.
make sure you turn off the flashing lights. Then you can get away.
Peekaboo, I see you. Franny, anything you want to plug in?
Yes, Allison Brie. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Also,
yeah, sorry.
visit us at klrnradio.com. Yeah, we actually had 4 or 5 regulars from KLRN in chat tonight, enjoying the fun.
Nice. Hey guys.
We have several shows, couple new shows coming. I'm on every weekend, either talking Dungeons and Dragons for one show or talking space and science on the other. Just drop by at klrnradio.com and you might find something you might be interested in podcast radio wise.
Cool.
And Atlas, our great, magnificent Deliosus from the worst maple syrup internet connection.
Not
It's
as worse
getting a
as
little sticky.
Mexico. So,
Olay.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you can catch me on my channel, the Comic Relief Crusader. And yeah, this Tuesday we got the 25th episode of Titillating Tuesdays. So, going to be inviting a bunch of guests on and talk about, why did you guys get started on, starting a YouTube channel? So gonna have a few people on, like hopefully, let's say our illustrious Greybeard, for example, or maybe even Canadian Spider-Man, if you can find time in their schedules, and they might even show up fashionably late. Maybe you guys.
Gross.
We don't know. Well, I try to make do. And also, on top of that, you can also catch my channel on Rumble as well. So check that out as well. And like and subscribe there as well. And for any of your graphic design needs, no matter how wonky or wacky it might be, also email me at freelancegraph@hotmail.com or check out my website at Freelance Graphics. That's Freelance Graphics with a K at the end.com.
Awesome. And Mexican Mexican Spider-Man.
Are you sure that's not him?
Yeah.
Canadian Spider-Man. Whatever. You're
No.
in fucking Mexico right now. What? Am I going to say Honduras Spider-Man?
Illegal immigrant Canadian
You're
Spider-Man.
muted, Andy.
How does a Canadian go to Mexico and freeze?
So
Yeah,
hell
Freezing
did freeze over.
Canada.
There he is. Hey, welcome back.
I'm here.
Anything you want to plug?
Yeah,
Canadian
I'm going to
Spider-Man.
Mexico City, so
Uh-oh.
the
Nice.
internet should be better there.
Well, it was nice seeing you
Sure.
again.
Yeah,
The last
absolutely.
time.
Yeah,
The
nice
last
to see
time.
you all. I'm going to be
Yeah.
on Titillating Tuesdays with the
Nice.
Comic Relief Crusader this Tuesday.
Nice.
And then, please check out my channel. I put my link for my YouTube channel in the private chat. I've got a lot of travel videos from Mexico that I'm uploading.
Okay, that was good. Anyway,
Whale's vagina is San Diego.
he's
Well, that
back.
was
Please
random.
check out my
There he
videos.
goes. Will do.
And
Oh,
you'll
I'm
see me
sorry.
all over the internet.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Yeah. All right. Actually, I did forget one more thing in my plug. On
Yes, Aaron?
this coming Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 7:30 Central, Dark Helmet and I will be doing a nice little live chat ourselves about kids shows from the 80s, 90s, and even the 70s.
Nice.
Yeah, you cut out
Andy,
Mexican.
anything-
Nice.
Canadian
The Blue
Spider-Man.
Falcon. I hope you do the Blue Falcon.
Oh, Blue Falcon. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
like
Mexican or fuck, dude. Jesus
Mexican
Christ.
Andy.
Mexican Andy.
And I am the Mexican Virgin.
But I am Canadian.
Andy, anything you want to plug?
I would like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight, and we hope that you found the information on tonight's episode very helpful. And remember, if you have an erection lasting more than 4 hours, seek medical
That's also doctor.
professionals.
Shit.
Andy, do you need to get
no.
off now?
Well,
Do you need to go?
How do you
Andy,
mean that?
is that what you're saying?
In what context did you mean that?
Andy, do you need to leave right now? I mean,
Got all this magazine. I don't know what for.
it's like go through the door the front
Joe,
ways, not sideways.
Go. Anything you want to plug in?
Dink.
Nope, not really. I think I'm good.
All right.
not even late.
Did it all for Goat. You're welcome, Goat.
So if this has been a very fun show, very off the cuff,
Yes.
improvised,
Mhm.
and just have fun. Every once in a while we'll have this kind of show. If you want to check us out every Thursday, it's Man-O-Rama. I feel really stupid of saying it, but like check out the YouTube channel. Here it is. You can check us out at Rancor
Is it
Steve.
YouTube?
I know, right?
What?
I had too much steak before the show. Oof.
Golly, I thought this was
Wait.
MySpace. I am so
What
lost.
did you say?
My.
Too much what?
What? Who's Richard?
Yeah.
Who's
So
Richard?
they're tiddly doo, nude about badoo. You can
Okay,
check
he's
me,
gone. We're done, folks. That's it.
Fuck it. Whatever. All right.
I'm
Bring
Have
up
you ever
putting
thought about
these
running for
on.
president?
How many times is the credits going to run for the
You
show?
know,
I am not
every
associated
time.
with this channel anymore.
If you want to check out the channel on Rumble, you can go to Rancor Steve, or the YouTube channel, or Twitter, Rancor Steve. Every Monday, I'll be having a Rancor Steve tip, which will be fun.
Just the tip.
And exactly. I don't
Yeah.
want to get him the whole thing. Come on,
Okay.
man.
Oh, got
Come
copy
on, man.
that. Okay.
You've been to
Just-
glory holes. You
What?
know.
What? Come on,
But
man.
whatever.
I have to stay a virgin. I can't go to glory holes.
Yeah, that worked out so good for Madonna.
Take one for the dipper.
Oh, God.
But I just want to say thanks to all the panels on the show. JRC, Jeff, Mike, Canadian Spider-Man, to just jumping at last minute. You're awesome. Mike, you guys are awesome. And the GOAT as producing, and everyone in the chat, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, we'll be here next week. Same time, same deal. Who knows
Same
what we're gonna
bat
bring next
time.
week?
Same bat channel.
I fucking right. Fucking right. So you guys.